good morning, good morning, Falcon fans. Good morning, Braves fans. Good morning, Hawks fans across all platforms, geographical areas, and anywhere in the world you find yourself. Good morning. I am here this morning with my co-host, my guy, Debo Vibes. How you doing this morning, Debo?
Man, I am blessed, man. I woke up this morning, so hey, man, my day's going off to a good start, man. I woke up, man. You know, a little bit rainy outside. We got Mother Nature doing her thing out there. A little bit of rain, but hey, it's all good. It's all sunshine in here, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man. Well, let's hope that she takes it easy on us today, right?
Right, right, right.
Not too much, but again, like you say, we got to let God do His work. So, um, Debo, man, let's talk about these Braves, right? So,
Okay.
want to say about what 10, 12, maybe 14 days ago, we signed Jerickson Profar, which we needed.
Right,
I'm not
right.
complaining. I'm not complaining. Beggars cannot be choosers. I think Jerickson Profar modified his swing, is a very good hitter,
Hmm.
decent hitter, can get on base. Doesn't really steal you bases or whatever, but he can get on base.
Switch hitter.
Is a switch hitter as well, and can definitely mesh as well with what we already have. And Debo, meshing is going to be the theme of today, right?
Okay. All
And
right.
meshing, at least in my definition, I don't I don't necessarily know. I know there's a mesh clothing pattern that some folks can wear, but meshing in my definition means you can, let's say I don't know, I have a pair of blue socks, right?
Okay.
And I have some blue pants and some kicks, some
Hmm.
sneakers, as we said back in the day,
For
with
sure.
blue and white in them, and I'm wearing blue and white. Now the socks may not necessarily match,
Right. Okay.
but they mesh.
They match.
You
Okay. I'm
understand?
with it.
They kind of fit in there, right? You just
Yeah.
slide them on, and they fit in there. And as you walk casually wherever you're going or whatever, nobody's going to look at that guy and say, "What are those reds?" Ah, okay, you know what I mean? They mesh.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I think Jerickson Profar fits, and then I'm gonna come back and of course say the opposite. But I think he fits what we need right now because
Hmm.
we need a guy that gets on base,
For
right?
sure.
We got some home runs guy, and look at Jerickson Profar can hit you some home runs. The Braves definitely like guys that can hit home runs. Let's be very clear about that. They
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
they like the home run.
Right.
Um, and it's good, right? So look at when this team is fully healthy, you got Profar, Harris, Acuna, Riley, Arcia,
Right.
Ozzy, and
And,
Matt Olson and Sean Murphy.
right. And the thing about it, T Will, and everybody out there in the chat and everybody watching, the reason that we're going to get into the Braves, first off, because we got the pitchers and catchers reporting.
Tomorrow,
So tomorrow, yeah. So we're here. We're here.
we're
So
here.
we're
We
here.
are
Like
here.
so everything that we talked about, what I'm saying, oh, how come Anthopoulos isn't doing anything this offseason? What's going on? What's going on with pitching? Well, guess what? All that's going to come to reality within the next 24 hours down there in
Yeah,
Florida. You know what I mean? So, but the core of the team, of course, is our lineup. Okay, so the lineup that we have right now, as far as the positional players, like you said, just Jackson Profar, who I think will be a good hitter in a two hole. Profar, Riley, Money Mike, um, Acuna. Well, when Acuna gets back, Olson, all those guys. Albies, Sean Murphy, Arcia, questionable. But the thing about it is, though, man, I'm interested to see the product that comes out on that field tomorrow in reference to those pitchers, the pitchers that we're going to have. Of course, it's going to be invitational, so we really don't know who's going to be out there. But the whole fact that we got individuals out there, who what we got, Eric Park, Eric, what's going on? Man, it's too early for this, bro. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to break down. I'm trying to do a professional breakdown for the audience, and then this fool comes up. I was gonna roll. I was gonna roll too, bro. I'm trying to do a professional. What he said. I think I'm gonna start a podcast so I can talk to my brother. Oh man, you ain't talking to your
I'm
brother?
gonna tell you why he's saying that. I'm gonna
You ain't
tell you
talking to
why
your
he's saying
brother, Jay Will? What's T?
that.
What's going on,
It's
man?
my bad. So he called me yesterday, and I was, in the midst of work or whatever, and I was gonna call him back this morning, but my need to bathe, was just more than
Yeah,
that. I had
yeah, okay,
my bad, little brother. I'm sorry. I'm
man.
sorry, but good morning anyway.
T Will, man, hit your brother up, man. Come on,
You right now. He really gonna put me out there.
man. He just did the whole world.
Damn,
See, I'm looking right. Yeah, I'm looking right
damn.
at it.
Oh
Oh
my
damn,
goodness.
3 times.
Oh my
He
goodness. All
doubled
right.
down on 3 times, bro.
I'll call you later on today, man. My bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Debo.
It
I
happens,
had to
man.
acknowledge my brother. Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
for sure, man. One time with Eric Parker, but like I'm saying, man, I'm really interested to see who the pitchers out there who's going to shine and be able to get into the rotation. Really, in reference to the relief pitcher, again, the starters. I think the starter, Schwellenbach, Sale, Raylo, but we still got 2 positions in the rotation that has to be filled up because Strider's not going to be ready until perhaps June. So it's going to be interesting to see who they're going to put out there, i.e., Ian Anderson, who I don't trust. So there's individuals who had to go out there and really show and prove. So tomorrow, I'm really excited to see what the guys are going to do out there down there in Florida. The pitching has been one of the main topics of conversation the whole offseason. We did get Jerson Profar, who we definitely needed in the as far as positional players are concerned. But I'm really, really, really interested to see what pitcher might go out there and show his worth out there to make sure that he does make the team. T. Will, do you have anyone on top of your head, any really particular relief pitcher, or I guess we could say starting pitcher as well, who really could go out there and shine for us? Somebody who we probably can't expect to go out there and do his thing.
That we have currently, or that we can go
Who
in.
we have currently?
Uh huh. Yeah. So here's the thing about that, right?
Okay.
We have some guys that have the potential to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, just to kind of talk brass tacks, between Max and Charlie last year, you're talking about 340 innings.
Absolutely. For
Now,
sure.
And I think most folks would classify me as not negative in regards to podcasting, or not negative in life.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to be real.
Okay.
Okay, gonna have to take a moment to be real. I love Chris Sale. He stayed healthy last year, but you got Chris Sale, you got Raylo, who
Mm-hmm.
was a reliever. It did start earlier in his career, but for the past 3 years prior to last year was a reliever.
Okay.
So in 2022, he threw 55, 56 innings. In 2023, he threw 55, 56 innings. In 2024, he threw 100, and I want to say 40. I mean, way past double. Could have been 120, but way past double, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right, so just bear that in mind, right?
Right.
And
Right.
then you got Schwelly, the rookie.
Right.
You got Strider, who's coming back, and Strider should be back from what I'm hearing within the first 2 weeks, which probably means within the first month,
Okay.
month and a half. Okay.
Okay.
But God help you. Like, what we don't have is depth.
That
Right
part.
now,
Exactly.
we do not have depth from a starting pitching perspective. So even if you sign a guy, which they did, they signed Chad Cool, who, I don't know if they see something in him, or maybe they just think he's an innings eater, which you're going to need.
Right.
Okay? You're going. One thing I've learned about pitching, especially in today's, I don't want to call market, but in today's reality, pitchers go down.
Yeah.
It's a fact. Pitchers go down. So, if you have 5 starters, you really need about 10 guys.
Yeah, there's some bodies out there.
You
Yes,
need
absolutely.
about 10 guys because, during the season, guys go down. Whether it's for a short stint or a long stint, guys go down.
It's a long season.
It's a very long season. And so that's what concerns me. If you look at the Braves rotation, it's a great rotation. It's with Strider. You got Sale, Strider, Raylo, Schwelly.
Right.
That's 4. You can throw in a guy with a 4.5, close to 5 ERA every 5th day and be fine. But if one of your main horses goes down, heaven help you. Which is why I really feel like we really need another starter. Now, does it have to
for
be top
sure.
of the line? Not necessarily. And I'll go a step further with you, Debo. I think we need to go to a 6-man rotation.
I was just about to
I think,
say that.
yeah,
I totally agree with that.
no doubt about it. I think we need to go to a 6-man rotation. If for nothing else, it accomplishes 2 things. The last 3 years, our main issue has been our pitching. Either somebody's got hurt, somebody's not available, and you go up against these teams with wipeout gas, and you down 2 games before you know it.
Yeah, i.e. last year when game
game,
1 of the Padres, we had start AJ Smith-Shawver, so that
right,
was crazy.
right. So I really think you need to go to a 6-man rotation. Now that I got the negative out, I mean, you don't necessarily have to go and get everybody, but things would have to fall into place, right? So for me, and this is just me, love my dad, love my mom. They were planners. They did not like if this, then they didn't like that. They had plan A, B, C, and D. Okay, so I'm gonna go against what I'm gonna go with what they don't like, and I'm gonna say, if AJ can click, right? If AJ gets it this year, you got your rotation. You've got your rotation.
Okay.
If AJ Smith-Shawver can click, you've got 5.
Okay.
If Ian Anderson, which between me and you, I have, and no disrespect to him, because let me give him his flowers.
Right.
He did help us to win a World Series. I can't take that away.
Okay.
But in what I've seen subsequent to that, after the injuries, he just hadn't been able to put it together.
But the thing about you're right. I get it. And Ian Anderson, he was an integral part in us winning the World Series, but at the same time, so was Jorge Soler. You know what I mean? So I guess my point is like, what exactly. What have you done for me lately?
Right.
You know what I mean, bro?
It's a cruel game, man. It's and I'm gonna, you're bringing up some points, man. That's why I love podcasting with you. A lot of people don't realize exactly what you sacrifice to win a World Series, because I don't care what anybody says. Matzik essentially sacrificed a large part of his career because he went above and beyond.
Oh, dude,
right. He pushed himself to the limit. And I don't know that he's going to come back, which is why, as far as I'm concerned, Matzik has a statue, or should have a statue somewhere. Maybe not a big one, but somewhere, because we don't win that 21 World Series with. I'm like, he bigged up like no other. Okay,
absolutely.
Got to give him his props, but he just doesn't have it anymore. And I kind of halfway look at because Ethan didn't he throw a no-hitter, or he was throwing a no-hitter and we took him out in that playoffs?
We pulled him.
I think he did. Yeah. So I mean, he definitely, look, man. What the reason pitchers get hurt in playoffs is because the playoffs in baseball are essentially another 2 months.
Yeah, you're right. Is.
It's if you're going to go all the way, it's another 2.5 months, and that's another 2.5 months of innings that you put on that arm, right? So then, like, as opposed to the season ends for most folks in October, but if you make the World Series, you're well into November. So you don't have a normal off season, right?
Right, of course.
And then if you come back, if you've never done it before, if you're not used to that, that's a lot of tax on that.
Right. Essentially, I'm doing calculation in my mind right now. Pitchers and catchers report tomorrow. The World Series ended in October, November. You're looking at a 3-month off season.
Yeah. Well,
that's it.
Mid to late November, I want to say.
Right. So
maybe absolutely. Not. I don't know, but well into November. Let's put it that way, right? And so now you're back up, and some guys just that. So my point is, the following year, you see a lot of pitchers who went deep into the post. You see them get hurt,
right? Right.
So I mean,
Which concerns me about Sale, to be honest with you, because Sale had that injury, and we're looking at such a small time frame from last year to this to tomorrow with the pitchers and catchers. And on top of that, Sale's one more year older as well. So
yeah,
that's another concern. Another concern, to be honest with you, you gotta. I know, knock wood. I'm hopefully this will not happen, but it's something that you gotta ask yourself: was last year an anomaly for Sale? Because we got him on a discount, and then he came in here and ended up winning Cy Young Award. But to ask for him to reproduce that production that he did last year, that'd be a lot. Particularly somebody coming off an injury and
that's a
who's
good
another
point.
year older, man.
That's
So,
a good point.
and so Strike. Bruh, Strider cannot get back into the rotation fast enough because you putting all this pressure on these individuals, i.e., Sale, Raylo, and Swellenbach, and whoever else is going to be in there. But to your point, I would not be mad to see AJ Smith Sharber in there. As part of putting him in a rotation, I think it's well. I think it's time. I think it's time, man. He's one of the better prospects we have right now. I think it's ready. Waldrop, I don't think it's ready.
What
Ian
about
Anderson.
what's his name? The other guy, the guy that came on
Owen
last
Murphy. Oh, no, who?
with the mullet. He pitched for the Atlanta Braves. I cannot think of his name. Ah, Jesus. What's his name?
Cole. What's that guy's name, man?
I'm so bad.
No, that's right. I know you're talking about, man.
What's his name? Jesus. Let me just go. Atlanta Braves depth chart. What's his name? I can see his face. Jesus. I can see his face, Debo.
We about to find out who it is, bro.
What's his name? I'm so bad with that. I am horrible with that.
Let me ask you a question. You brought something up a little bit ago, man.
What you got?
I'm old school. Everything as far as sports concerned, man. Old school. What would you do, T. Will? You're on the mound. It's a sixth inning, man. We at home. And you're out there just throwing gas, man. You're mowing them down, man.
Right.
Matter of fact, you're pitching a no-hitter, sixth inning.
Ooh.
Hey, man, you just like, man, I got this, man.
How many pitches have I thrown in the sixth?
75.
Okay. That's not bad. Okay.
About you throwing about 75. No, I tell you what, let's up it. You throwing about 83 pitches. You're about an 83 mark, okay?
Okay.
All right. We got 2 out. And like you, man, we're like you're in the back of your mind, okay, man, I'm about to do this. And you kind of look over your shoulder and you see the manager walking out. And he does one of these deals right here, the 2-pat. He's gonna take you out. How would you react?
Do I have runners on base?
No. You haven't walked anybody. You're throwing a no-hitter. There's nobody on base, bro.
What's the score? We got the lead.
Oh man, we blowing them out, man. It's scored about 6-0, man. Like I said, you're throwing a no-hitter right now, bro. And the offense, man, they just going off right now, dude.
Then I'm gonna ask him why. I'm gonna ask him like, I mean, did you see something? Like, is my fastball tailing off? It's
tailing. Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, it's tailing off. Yeah, we gotta save you. It's tailing off right now, man. Good job.
We might not have a fight on the mound, but there's gonna be a conversation after the game. Like, there's gonna be like, what the hell? Like, I got a no hitter. You know what I mean? I mean, you gotta at least give me a hit or two. Like, especially, let's say we're up 4-0, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and a lot of this is scenario based, right?
Right. Yeah.
Let's say we're in first place. We got a 10-game league. I don't think any manager is going to do that. But if he does, then we're going to have a conversation. And the conversation is going to go, bro, I got a lead. It's 5-0. I got a lead. It's the 6th inning. I'm not even at 100 pitches yet. I threw, let's say and again, a lot of this is scenario based, Debo.
Right.
If I typically, let's say it's early in the season and I'm ramping up, right? In other words, I haven't thrown 100 yet.
Mm-hmm.
The last game I threw 60.
Okay.
This game I'm scheduled to throw 80. Okay. I could see why you would do that. But if we're mid-season and it's 75 pitches and I typically throw 100, I'm looking at him like, what the hell are you doing? Well, what are you doing? I have a no-hitter here. Right. We're in the 6th inning. I basically got 2 outs in the 6th, right?
Yeah, you got 2 outs, bro.
So I got 10 outs left.
Right.
And I can make history.
Yeah.
Perfect game? Or
perfect game. I mean, you might walk. You might. You know what I'm saying? In a third, you walk somebody in the third. You know what I
okay,
mean?
so it's not a
Yeah.
perfect game, but
Not a
still.
perfect game. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to talk about it. We
Yeah.
might, and we might have to talk about it on the mound.
Right.
We might have to talk about it on the. Now, I'm not gonna embarrass the manager, but I'm simply gonna be like, "Hey, man, look it. You know, we're talking history here. We're talking history. We're talking so many folks that why are you? It's the middle of the season. I threw 100 innings last game. The game before that, I'm at what 70? No, you said 80. I'm at 83.
83. Yeah.
Yeah, I got what 17 more pitches. Come on, man. Let me get out of this. It's 2 outs. Give me a chance, coach.
Something, man. And the reason I bring that up because last year, how many times last year you see somebody throwing a no hitter and the pit, I mean, the man just walks out, gives a 2-pat, and he's like, get out. Good job, well done. Hey, job well done. Good job well done. Back in the day, hell, can you imagine someone going out there in the 7th inning taking Nolan Ryan out?
Be a fight. Oh no, number one, you wouldn't take Nolan Ryan. That would be a fight. That would be a fight.
Big time.
That good luck with that. That'd be a fight. You know what though? Honestly, in today's game, it's all about metrics.
Yeah.
Right? It's all about metrics. And the metrics could say, because to be honest with you, Debo, with these metrics and with the way that they are today, geez, I cannot talk this morning.
Yeah, that's all right.
With the way that these metrics are, they really don't want pitchers facing a lineup a third time. Now, to me, there are certain pitchers that demand a certain amount of respect, right? So if you're talking about Dylan Cease, you better not go and get Dylan Cease at any time if he's throwing a no-hitter because this is Dylan Cease. He's got wipeout stuff.
Right.
If you're talking about there are about 5 or 6 pitchers I can name. The guy from Detroit, what's his name? Tarek. What's his name?
Detroit. Were you on talking about Grant Holmes earlier?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I was. And that's another one if he can give you that. Detroit Tigers. Tarek Skubal.
Okay.
Yeah, who's a wipeout pitcher. If you're talking about Tarek Skubal, you're not going to go get him. I don't give a damn what the metrics say because he's got wipeout stuff.
Right.
Like this guy can throw 9, right? But let's say you're talking about Grant Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, personally, Snit is old school. I don't see Snit doing that.
Right.
It also depends on the manager, right? Mm-hmm. Is this a new school or old school manager? I don't see Snit doing that ever.
Right. Well, but I did see Dave Roberts do that a couple of times, man.
You saw who?
Dave Roberts for the Dodgers.
So here's the thing about that though. The Dodgers have so many injuries with their pitchers, man. I can see why they would do that, right? Because if you look at half their staff last year, half their staff was injured, right? So I mean, I guess it depends on. There are a lot of things. It's just the league is different, right? So you have a lot. You have whole departments in baseball that are just designated to metrics.
Mm-hmm.
And the numbers say this. And you're seeing that in the game, even in football, right?
Right.
You've seen more teams go for first downs on fourth downs than you've ever
had before, yeah.
Game. Why is that? Well, because a lot of times you run the numbers and the numbers say, okay, if you go for it, you got a 60% chance of getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you don't go for it, your chance of winning decreases by 20 or 30% or whatever, right? But they got that at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
And some teams use it and some teams don't. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Even when the Braves won the World Series in 21, they employed shifts. That's really, nobody talks about that. But when they really start, and you know what a shift is. Let's say I got a left-handed pull hitter that comes up. In 21, you could shift
everybody to the left-hand side.
Left, right? They employed the most shifts in baseball. And that is low-key one of the secrets that helped them win. Right? but again, that's kind of one of those tactics to where, in that scenario, let's say you're throwing a Grant Holmes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't have his fastball can be decent at times. He's got a really good curve, really good sweeper. But let's say, it's the third time around, right? And we're playing the Phillies.
Okay.
And you about to see Mr. Bryce Harper for the third time,
Mm-hmm.
right? The numbers probably tell you he doesn't need to see Grant Holmes today a third time. If he does, there's a 65 to 70% chance, that Bryce goes yard. And
Oh,
let's say it's
yeah.
a 1-0 game, and we're in Philly.
Right.
You get what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, totally.
I can see that, right? Then
Totally.
you add to that, it depends on how the hierarchy of your team is structured, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say like you're not Brian Snicker, who's won a World Series, so he's built up some leeway, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're a second year manager, and you 2 years older than some of the players you manage.
Right. Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
managed before. You better follow that. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I could see that happening a lot more. Again, it's scenario based, man. It depends on the team. It depends on what their motto is. Like, I think the Brewers are they follow the analytics.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of teams that I know that they follow the analytics, and then there's some teams that are more traditional that, as far as the analytics are concerned, they kind of give them the bird finger. I don't know.
Right. Right. Right.
It's interesting, man. Let's talk through this, right? So, pitchers and catchers report tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the depth chart. We got Chris Sale, Ray Lowe, Swelly.
Okay. Right.
Right now, we got Grant and AJ. Okay, which if they and it looked like we just gonna talk Braves this morning, but
Yeah, it's all good, man.
If you really think about it, if you can get 340 innings from AJ, Grant, and let's say Ian Anderson,
Mm-hmm.
decent innings, right?
Right.
Because let's be real, if you got Sale, Strider, Raylo, Spencer, that's your 4 right there.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
So unless the deal makes sense, why would you go and do that? Because if you do, you're blocking one of them. And I don't know that Holmes and or who are these
Anderson.
options? I don't know if AJ's out of options. Options meaning you can't send them down.
You can't send them back there.
Right.
Yeah. And Ian Anderson's out of options.
And I think Grant Holmes is.
And Grant Holmes, yeah, they both are. They both are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what you're saying is if I go and sign this pitcher for a 1-year deal, I still have the rights to Grant Holmes. I still have the rights to AJ. I still have the rights to Ian.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what he's doing. Because if I can maximize that, right? If I can turn Ian into 21 Ian or better,
right,
then you not only have a starter for today, you have a starter for tomorrow, right? And let's be real, this is about money. The Braves.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, this is about money. The Braves don't want to get over that threshold because if they do, now you're talking about you got to look at next year's payroll, and you have other salaries that are kicking in, right? And the threshold, essentially, for those of you out there who may not know what it is, the threshold is for every revenue dollar, for every dollar that you have to spend towards payroll. If you're above a certain amount, you are taxed right now 50% for every dollar over that amount.
Right.
Right. So if you hit the threshold and let's say you pay, I don't know, let's say you go out and sign a pitcher for $25 million this year and it puts you over the threshold. Well, every dollar over that threshold, you're paying 50% tax on, as opposed to, I think last year was, I don't know what it was, but anyway, they don't want to pay it.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So a lot of this is that, but where you are now, if everything works out, you shouldn't you wouldn't have to, right?
Right. You
But
should. Yeah.
again,
No, without what? Yeah. Not at all.
that's that if then scenario, right? If Chris Sale, Spencer Ray, Spencer Strider, and Spencer Schwelly, you got a squad there.
For
You
sure.
got a squad.
For
You can.
sure.
I don't give a damn who you throw in front of us.
Mhm.
I'm comfortable with what we have.
Yeah, and I'm very comfortable with that. And that, like I do well. The only scenario where I get the upper eyebrow is the whole thing with Grant Holmes and
Oh yeah,
Ian Anderson. But
yeah.
other than
Me
that,
too.
I'm very excited to see my man AJ Smith Schaber out there, man. See what he can do, man. But solid lineup.
Yeah.
Sale, like you said, Raylo, Schwelly,
Right.
Smith Schaber, Strider. Man, and then on the back end you have and Russia and Iglesias, man. It's just the relief pitches, but I think
That's another one that I'm kind of like. So really, Debo, not to cut you off,
no, you good, but go ahead.
we really need a one starter and one reliever, right? And
Yes,
these are the Braves, so they could be waiting. They could be
right.
waiting to see, okay, who falls out, who gets cut, who gets.
Mm.
This is still spring training, so I could
Absolutely, you're right, right,
I could see why you would. Now, ideally, you don't want to do that, but these are the times that they are. You know what I mean? We're in the times we're in.
right,
My concern when it comes to the bullpen is who's your setup guy, right?
right.
Because what's his name got injured. God, who was our setup guy last year? Jesus.
You talking about AJ Minter?
Uh-uh. No,
No,
no, no. No, well, he signed with the Mets.
right,
I'm
right.
talking about because AJ got injured early. Let me see. I don't see my relief pitchers on here. So let me go back. I know we got Pierce, but hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. All right. So yeah, Joe Jimenez
Jimenez, okay.
got injured, so you don't have him. So you got Iglesias, Aaron Bummer, Pierce Johnson, Dylan Lee, Daysball Hernandez. Which,
Mm-hmm.
if Daysball can get it together, he can be your setup guy.
Right.
Truth be told, if he can get it together, he could be your closer next year. You got
If
Roy Salinas, you
mhm.
got Domingo Gonzalez, Amos Willingham, Angel Perdomo, and Anderson Pilar. And that's a lot of names I don't know.
Right.
So
Let me throw this out here right quick. Just see what your thoughts on it. If everything like this best case scenario for the individual, about to say,
right.
if everything worked itself out, would you bring up Harrison Waldrop to be a setup guy?
I definitely would. Now they won't, but I
Right.
would. I
Hmm.
would. I'd do that and wouldn't give it a second thought just because he profiles, and I've been hearing this from
Absolutely.
everywhere. He profiles as ultimately a closer, right? Because
Woo.
he has two pitches.
Right.
He has two pitches. And what the Braves will do with somebody like him who throws gas is they will try and work on a pitch that has a wrinkle in it, be it a changeup or a curveball or a sweeper or a slider. That's typically what they do. And they're very good at it. And
Hmm.
I know that's what they're trying to do with him, but hey man, sometimes it just is what it is.
Yeah.
He's got gas. So
But for sure.
if it's me, he's in my to be honest, he's in my bullpen this year. Okay, Hurston, come on up. But the reason they won't do it, and I gotta be honest, bro, look at what starting pitchers are making. And the Braves they don't want to pay, they only want to pay certain guys like that. Like Aaron Nola,
Right.
they will do that because the numbers say Aaron Nola is going to give you 160, 170 innings each year, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Like, look at who just signed, always hurt for the Mets. He signed with the Rangers. Um, what's his name? And he
Pitcher.
was. You said who?
You said pitcher.
Yeah. What's his name? he was the best pitcher in the game, but he can't stay healthy.
Mm.
What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? What's his name?
Man,
That's
I'm
how,
really interested who this dude is.
that's how bad he is because you can't.
He with the Rangers now?
He still is. He signed a
Okay.
big deal with them, but what's his name? Come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Now this thing froze. Debo, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. You see me?
Yeah, my screen froze.
Yeah,
Hang on.
yeah. Froze up, man. You look like look like you're posted for one of those old On the Mills pictures right now, man.
Oh wow.
You're
Okay,
back now. There you go.
we're
There you go. You're
back.
back.
We're
Yeah.
back. I was like, come on, man. What are we doing here? Jesus. All right, I'm a not even worry about that. What's this guy's name? Hang on. I
Uh,
gotta look it up. But a lot of these pitchers that you sign, um, in their when they get into their later 30s, they don't produce because they can't stay healthy. And
right.
the Braves don't want to give a guy a 300, 400 million contract, and he's not going to stay healthy,
That's
right?
true. That's true.
So that's
Absolutely.
that what they try and do. Their objective is, and that's why you see them draft pitchers all the time because they realize it behooves you to get pitching on the cheap if you can. Now, if you can't, then okay,
Mm-hmm.
but it behooves you to do that. Hang on, let me go. Texas Rangers 40-man roster.
Yeah, while you're looking that up, man, I've been looking at some projections, and projections are what they are. When the season starts, when the season first starts, everybody excited, everybody throwing stuff at the wall, to see what sticks. And we talked about me, you, and Chris talked about a couple of times reference to the NL East, and if the Braves had the possibility to win the NL East. And I know that we know we everything what the Mets are doing, everything what the Phillies are doing, etc. But a lot of these prognostications.
Oh,
Say it right, D.
prognostication.
Yeah, there you go, Debo. Say it right. There you go. They
Okay.
they do have those majority of them had the Braves, win the East right now. Now I know, like I said, it's just predictions, et cetera, et cetera. But I still think to win the East after what the Mets have done, and I can even say, some of the moves that Nationals have done, all these moves that that teams in the division have been making, and for the most part, we stand pat with our arms folded, not doing anything other than Jerkson Profar and some other things in the minors that we also did as well. It's going to be interesting to see if those lack of moves is going to end up, you know, costing us not only with wins and losses, but also with depth. Um, so that's just something to look at right there. But a lot of that is to be seen within the next couple of weeks.
Do you want to win the East? Is my question.
Yes, yes. I don't want no scenario like it was last year. I don't want to be a wild card. I don't want to do none of that. Yes, as well we should win the East. I think we had the depth, we had the individuals to do it. And see, you just asked a very Atlanta question because I think anyone else, like the Phillies, the Mets, etc. You damn well, yeah, but when we want to win the East. And I think that should be the mentality for the Braves as well. We had the talent, we had the depth, we had the core. We've won a World Series in the past a couple of years ago. So we have everything there for us to win the East. I don't want to do the whole thing that we did last year, where it's like, oh well, and we limp. Oh well, right now we're 4 games behind with this game's left, and if so and so loses and this that and the third happens, and then you end up in the play-in game or the very last game of the season, you're sitting playing the Mets again to the playoffs. You know, so I definitely think, and I think we do have the personality to win the East as well, bro.
No, I think we can win it. The reason I asked, do you want to, is
Mhm.
because um, there's always that scenario where you sit around for 7 days
Right.
and then
Well.
you don't face it, and then it's like now these guys have been playing, they're hot. You're not.
Hmm. Hmm.
You out of here quicker than a New York minute. You know what I mean? So No, I don't want last year's experience. You're right. I don't want to be a let's play a play. I don't want that.
Right.
But I don't know that I'm necessarily opposed. Again, I want to win the East, but at the end of the day, I want to win the World Series, right?
Totally. Yeah, totally, for sure.
And I'm looking at, bro, it's gonna be a dogfight.
Oh man.
These three teams, and don't disregard Washington too much, but these three teams they're gonna bash each other in. So,
Dude, yeah.
to your point, you might have to win the East to get in.
To get in, yeah. It
You
might be
might
winning
have,
all no, yeah,
you
because
might. I mean,
because yeah, you're sitting there, we're sitting there beating each other up, man. Like if you don't win the East, and will there be room for that before you be a wild card? Because you don't know what teams in the other divisions are doing, you know.
yeah,
So that that, but yeah, I definitely, I definitely think we had the arsenal to win the East, to go out there and put our best players out there and just make the damn thing happen. But the season's so long though, T Will. But I think it can be done. We need depth though. That's the main thing because again, we I understand everything with injuries, and injuries happen everywhere. We need depth to make it happen. And one thing I don't want to do is go limit to the playoffs and get blown the hell out like we did last year.
yeah. No, agreed. The pitcher I was looking for, by the way, is Jacob DeGrom.
DeGrom, okay, okay.
DeGrom is arguably the best pitcher in the league, but he can't stay healthy.
He with the Rangers now? Oh wow.
Yeah, well, you want to know why you don't know that? Because you didn't see him last year because he didn't pitch. And I don't
True
think he
that.
pitched the year before that. Matter of fact, if we look up his numbers, I don't think he
I
pitched
have not heard that name in a long time. T. Will, you might be right. I don't think he pitched for a minute.
and
He has been injured, often
he
injured,
got
bro.
a huge contract. Huge. Ginormous. Hold on, let me look up his stats.
Mm-hmm.
So he pitched 3 games. he, he hasn't pitched more than 15 games since 2019. Now, with that being said, this dude is a wipeout pitcher.
Oh yeah,
Okay. But what year we in? We're in 2025. Right?
absolutely.
He pitched 12 in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
15 in 2021,
Mm-hmm.
11 in 2022,
Dang.
6 in 2023, 3 in 2024. This is a starting pitcher
So
who should pitch at least 25 to 30 games for you, right?
yeah, yeah. So he's done 7. I just did calculation. He's done what, like 18 in 3 years.
He's done yeah, 19. Well, 20 in 3
Right.
years, but
We'll say okay.
that
All
should
right.
be a season, right?
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You get that in a season,
Minimum.
right? And when now bear that in mind, let me give you his salary with the Rangers.
Okay.
Okay, just so you know, and why the Braves place such weight on pitching. So the Ranger, he's got a 5-year, $185 million contract. His average annual salary is $37 million. So they paid him $37 million last year to pitch 3 games. It's all happening. And $37 million the year before that to pitch 6. Okay, this is why they didn't give Max Fried that contract, because when you really look at Max Fried is a great pitcher, but every year he's going to miss some time.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a fact,
Right.
right? So why do that when you can draft young pitching
Mm-hmm.
and not have to pay them 37, 40, 45, 50 million a year when you know most guys aren't going to live up to that, right? Now that the Braves did offer a contract to Aaron Nola, because the numbers say Aaron Nola is durable.
Right.
Right. The numbers say that. The numbers say that this guy probably can pitch for the next 5, 6, 7 years and be reasonably healthy. That's what the Braves are about. And you can't blame them for that.
No,
Right?
not at all.
You can't. So to everybody out there who gets mad, and again, you got to look at this practically. Even with what's his name, Soto, that the Mets just signed.
Juan Soto, yeah.
Ain't no way in hell I had no way in hell I'd do that.
No,
I wouldn't. I love Ronald Acuna. I wouldn't even give him that.
no.
And it's because in the first 3 or 4 years he probably will be great. But I promise you, towards the end of his career, he is not going to be worth what he's getting paid.
You're not doing the same thing at 39 as you did when you're 28.
Not at all.
Period. Yeah.
Not at all. Let's just for giggles, let's take a look at his contract, right? So
stupid contract. Crazy.
Well, you know that now. With that being said, I mean they got an owner who has billions, lots of billions with a B. So I get it, but let's look at his contract. And look, I'm not mad at him. I mean, hey man, get your money.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he's got a 15-year deal.
Right.
He's gonna get paid. $75 million signing bonus, right?
Right.
So 15 into 765. Where's my calculator? Let's see if this is the one that works. 15 into 765. Let's see, 765 divided by 15. That's $51 million a year. He's gonna play until he's 39.
Boy,
he's gonna play. He's gonna that's what I'm saying. So again, to all you fans who are like, "Oh, the Braves," no, the Braves spend money. Okay, the Braves payroll this year is 200 and something. They just don't spend stupid money because that's it. Let's be real. You're not gonna get, unless you win 3 or 4 World Series within the next 5-6 years. That contract's not worth it.
No, not at all.
It's not even worth it. This is with no deferments. It's no way he's worth this amount of money.
No.
There's no way.
But they're looking at the here and now. They know they need him here and now, right now.
Right.
So that you gotta bring him in. You know, so when you got a hungry lion, you gotta throw him a juicy ribeye or whatever the case may be. And that contract was that juicy ribeye to bring him in. So he's a Met for life. Was it worth all that money? Of course it wasn't. But they're trying to do things right now, man. So
let me ask
no way hell I would have did that.
No, not at all. Let me ask you a question though.
Yes, sir.
Do you think within the next 10 years we could see another Major League Baseball strike?
I think we see another Major League Baseball strike within the next 3 years.
Because and you know why? Because you have certain owners in baseball who are pushing for a salary cap.
Right.
And I promise that is the one thing. Mm-hmm. That is the one thing that is not going to go over well.
Yeah, it ain't going to go well. In Major League Baseball, no, sir.
And the problem with that, right? Here's it's interesting. It really is interesting. Do you know the average age? Let's take me and you out. Well, you young. I'm old as shit, but the average age of a Major League Baseball player. What do you think? Major League Baseball fan. What do you think that is? The average age.
Average age for a Major League Baseball fan?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Major League Baseball, a little more old school, man. So I would say 39.
It's 49, sir.
Oh, damn.
It's 50 damn
That's
years
average.
Old.
Damn.
Average, bro. Average.
50. So man, I see it. I can see it because again, it's nostalgic. It's old school. Baseball, apple pie, stuff like that. But average out all the millions of Major League Baseball fans, that means there's some. Yeah.
Average. Now I bring it up. Jesus, man, this thing is tripping. Okay, you can see me. That's cool. So the Braves are 7th in payroll. The Braves right now are 7th in payroll.
Mm-hmm.
Top 7.
Right.
At $236 million. So it's not that the Braves don't spend money. They just don't spend it foolishly.
Right.
And again, I cannot blame them for that.
Correct.
I cannot. I can't blame them for that.
Correct.
So to everybody out there who's like, oh, we should go and sign so and so. You really need to think about that. You really need to think about that because if you were to go out and buy a car tomorrow, you don't want a car that's going to give you a problem in year 3. You buy a
Hell
car,
no.
it's
Right.
going to take you what 5-6 years to pay it off.
Mm-hmm.
You at least want that thing to run really well for a good 7, 8, 9 years,
Right.
right?
Get what your
At
money's
least
worth. Yeah.
get your money in, right? You don't want to pay something and then in year 3, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that's a bad investment. Well, it's the same
Horrible.
thing with these players, right? So look I like Max Fried, and Max Fried will forever hold a place in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't give him $218 million
No.
because he's not even 30, and he's already shown you that each year he's going to get injured.
You're gonna be, yeah, you break it down.
And
Yeah,
as,
yeah.
and
Exactly.
as you get older, that typically gets worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand that doing. The only thing I really disagree with Alex on was I probably would have given Freddie that extra year. I probably
Yeah.
would have given Freddie
Yeah.
that extra year. But I mean, you're splitting hairs. There's no way in the world I would have paid Dansby what the Cubs are paying Dansby. I
No.
just
And look what's happening.
yeah.
Yeah, is Dansby worth it? No.
I mean, I like
No.
Dansby.
Yeah, I
I
mean, I like
love
him
him.
too, but no,
And
there's no
Dansby's a
ain't
great,
no
but
way I'm gonna
hell
give
no. I
no,
mean,
no.
right,
Dude.
right. It's like if you paying somebody to cut your yard, and this is your best friend, and you ask him, okay, how much is it going to take? And he says, oh, I don't know, 175. And everybody else in the world is getting 50. This dude 175. Hey man, you can come over for beer, but you will never cut my yard again. You
Yeah.
just won't. Why?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I don't give a damn if you sing to me while you do it. I'm not paying you 175. You know, uh, twice a month to come. I'm not doing that. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
No, I can do better with my revenue dollars. I can get somebody. We might not be friends. He might not come over and we have beers, but guess what? He can take care of
yeah,
my
yeah,
yard.
yeah. You walk by my yard, don't even look at my yard.
Right,
You come in, but yeah, don't even glance at my damn yard.
right,
Shit.
right. So, that it when you talk about the Braves, and I can't be mad at because it's not that they won't spend the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's that okay, if I'm gonna spend this money, I need to make sure that I'm getting a better return on investment.
Absolutely.
Right. And I can't fault them for that, man. Even though it's frustrating. It's frustrating because look if you go out and signed a halfway decent pitcher and let's say you could have gotten Tanner Scott. Oh my God. And we did try. It's not like we didn't attempt, right?
Right.
There was one pitcher that we signed, he just couldn't pass the physical. I think I forget his name. Then there was another one we tried for Tanner Scott. He opted to go with the Dodgers. Surprise. They signed the world.
Right.
So I don't know. But hey, man, we're up against it. We're at 9. Debo, hey, man, let's tell these folks where they can find you. And it's good discussion, man. We got to do this again, Friday. Good discussion.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And T Will, I'll just let you know, get ready on Friday. I have and just an incredible old school topic to end the show, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be it's gonna be unbelievable.
Oh,
Can't wait.
can't
Yeah,
wait.
so hey,
I can't
everybody
wait.
there, stay tuned Friday. You're in for a treat.
I can't wait.
Yeah, your boy Debo Vibes right here, as you can see right here. I got it, got a little merch right here, what I mean. Yeah, find your boy on Debo Vibes, man, YouTube. Braves talk, Falcons talk, a little bit of Hawks talk, a lot of food. So if you're a foodie, come through. We'll eat together, all that good stuff, man, and we'll chop it up. And of course, catch your boy right here or for my ATL Sports Tuesdays and Fridays, 8 o'clock sharp. 8 o'clock ish.
8-ish. You're right. 8-ish. You're right. You're right. You're right. I deserve that this morning. You're right. You're right. 8-ish.
Oh yeah.
They're on time, T Will.
Yeah, but yeah, y'all already know what the deal is, man. T Will, the hardest working man in business and in the ATL showbiz, man. So y'all, yeah, let's share a channel out, man, and make sure that T Wills didn't get out there, man, as the hardest working man in the content creating showbiz, man. You already
I'm
know.
trying, bro. I'm trying. But hey, man, you out there? You doing your thing.
I'm
Nothing,
trying, man.
nothing,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. So can they buy your merch on your?
No, I'm not at that point. Actually, to be honest with you, in these days, man, I'm just giving them out.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see. Here's my thing, T. Will. I just had the old hustle mentality. I haven't done anything to ask somebody to buy something for me. I got to put in the boots on the ground, go out there, put my name out there, introduce myself to the world, let the world know who I am, show my product, show my face, show my content, and then at that point we'll see what happens.
Fair
I
enough.
don't go out there and just, hey, you have no clue who the hell I am, but I'm gonna beat you upside the head for $30 a shirt. No, sir. You got. I like to. I'm old school. Before social media, this, that, and third. You go out there. You know what I'm saying. How it was back then. Pass out flyers, pass out. You know what I'm saying. Promo CDs. All that good stuff. Let the world know who you are, man. But I there's a T-shirt place down the street. I've already made the investment for them to make T-shirts, and yeah, man, I pass them out. I got stickers in there. I was passing stickers out at the content creator meetup we had at Bitchworms that one day, man.
Yeah, I saw
So
that. I
yeah,
did see that.
yeah.
And you had your cards made out
I my
too.
cars, man. Yeah,
Yeah, you had your
yeah.
cards made
That's
out.
what I'm talking about, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I think you beamed. Did you beam your? Or I scanned one of your cards, and it was funny because I got ready to call you and it said Depot Vibes. And I was like, oh,
Right
okay,
there. Yes,
already
sir.
got
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
There it is. There
yeah,
it is. So yeah, but merch is on its way, man. But yeah, man, y'all check your boy out. And another great episode to you, Will. And let's do it again on Friday, my man.
let's do it again, man. Everybody in the chat. And by the way, good morning, Cool C. Hopefully you're
Go
doing well.
see.
Yeah, man, we'll see you for the next one. But hey, I can be found obviously at one time for the fan. Ladarius coming in here. Ladarius, what it do, man? What it do? What's
Darius
going
Brown
on,
is brand
man?
renowned in the building.
Ladarius Brown and
He
his band
said,
of
"Good
renown.
morning,
Look
all
at all these folks
and
coming in here
Terry."
late, man. What's up? What's up? What up, Ladarius? What up?
Oh
What up,
man,
Carlo? Carlo Wiggins.
82 Monte Carlo.
Carlo. Hey, man. But yeah, man, no, in all seriousness, everybody in the chat who joined, thank you. Could have been anywhere in the world, doing anything you wanted. You chose to spend the time with us. We appreciate that. We do this for you. We could not do it without you. Want to give God thank you. Would not be here without him. He woke us up this morning. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Hey, man, last but not least, got to give my brother Eric Parker and who I will call as soon as I get off this
Give him a
chat.
call, bro. Come on, man.
I
Call him,
know, and
man.
I'm a bad
Return his
brother.
phone call, man.
I'm bad
Damn.
about that. I'm very bad about that. And Mr. Jack Spade, who gave me a start in this business. Got to do that. Shout out to Chris A1, man. Hey, man, A1 out there
A1
killing it,
Sports.
man. Do your thing, boy.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, you can find me obviously at One Time for the Fan, but also at 4MYATLSPORTS1, the number 4MYATLSPORTS1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe so we can get more out into the YouTube universe and into the algorithm. Or you could just click the link there, like, share, and subscribe, and we're good to go. Anyway, I will see you guys Thursday morning. Debo, I will see you Friday.
Yes,
Have a
sir.
great day, everybody, and a great week. Thanks.
Take care. You already know. Yes, sir.